Hello, Marvelites! You're watching Marvel's The Pull List, and I'm Ryan, a.k.a. Agent M.
And I'm Tucker Markus.
And every week we read all the new comics that come out. We pick a bunch of them. We pick a topic to tell you why we're so hyped for them. Tucker, what are we talking about this week?
This week, it's all about war stories. We've selected 4 issues that are tying into War of the Realms, and we're starting with Captain Marvel number 7. This is a War of the Realms tie-in, of course. As you can see here on the cover, we have Doctor Strange and Carol Danvers, but it's not what you think. They have body swapped. Stephen Strange has the powers and mind of Carol Danvers, and Carol Danvers has the mind of Stephen Strange and his sorcerer powers. It makes perfect sense. But it's not just a duo team up, it's actually a trio because Black Widow comes into the fray here, and they're like a really great, fun team. They're going up against the Enchantress in South America with some really, really great and unique action going on here. It's so fun to play with that body swap thing, and a lot of great stuff goes down.
Yeah, you mentioned great teams, and we've got a great team in Spider-Man and the League of Realms, issue number 3 here. This is the end of this limited series. This one's really key, actually, because it deals with Kurse. Kurse is Malekith's like general warrior. She's kind of like the Hulk level power. It's a woman who's trapped in this armor that gives her immense strength but is basically torturing her. And it's a character we've actually seen before, so we get a lot about who this character is, what she means to the League of Realms, and fortunately you've got a guy like Spider-Man who's leading that squad, and he's all hope, all power, responsibility, bringing it to the fore. It really ties things up very nicely.
Totally. We are now going over to War of the Realms, Journey into Mystery number 5. This is the final issue of this limited series, and boy, has it been a fun time. This is like just a babysitter's club crew. We have Lausa, who is the infant daughter of Odin and Freya. The Queen of Cinders is after her. She is working with Ares. It all culminates here in this issue. Miles Morales and others come together to save Lausa, written by the McElroys. I think they've just done a fantastic job at crafting this really, really fun story. And like I said, in this issue, it all comes together in a really great way.
Yes, all right. Last one for us to talk about this week is War of the Realms, War Scrolls number 3. This is the final part of the anthology series. It actually has 3 war stories for us to talk about. It has the conclusion of the Daredevil God Without Fear story by Jason Aaron and Andrea Sorrentino. And it's actually really cool. It ties into the Spider-Man and the League of Realms story in a bit because it does deal with Kurse. We get to see how the war affects Latveria in here. And then there's a story by my pal, Charlie Jane Anders. She writes about Hulk, aka Jennifer Walters, talking to Thor's mom, trying to like get some insight, talk to them, because this is said a little bit earlier in the war, and they're worried about Thor. Hulk is making smoochy time with Thor over in Avengers, so it all works out. This is great. You're gonna love it. Make sure you read this if you enjoy War of the Realms. But there's more War of the Realms for us to talk about on the podcast version, which you can get wherever you get your audio, and then we'll be back with more real soon. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Tucker.
And this is Marvel,
Your Universe.